everyone. This is Newsbox. My name is Shreya, and today I'm joined by Nisha to take a look at issue 34.2 of the Irvington Voice.
Our first story is about the parking situation on Blackout.
Next up, we'll be talking to Geethika, who covered Homecoming.
We'll also be joined by Michaela to discuss the new Demon Slayer movie.
All that and more coming up on Newsbox.
In today's world, technology like ChatGPT has made getting answers easier than ever, raising concerns about shrinking attention spans. To help us further understand the issue, we're joined by Aditi. So, Aditi, how exactly do tools like ChatGPT cause students' attention spans to shorten?
ChatGPT causes students' attention spans to shorten due to disrupting their cognitive functions. So, certain cognitive functions help students grasp material and use their critical thinking skills, but with tools like ChatGPT, they won't have the need to access their cognitive functions, which is why their attention spans shorten as a result.
So, in your article, you mentioned social media as well. So, how do AI tools like ChatGPT differ from social media when it comes to lowering these attention spans?
For social media, it differs from AI tools like ChatGPT because it's more of a dopamine boost rather than making an assignment easier. So students feel more addicted to social media and they're more likely to scroll or doom scroll for hours on Instagram than they are to complete their assignments. And when it's finally time to work on an assignment that they've been procrastinating, they won't really give it all of their attention.
So, some people say that ChatGPT can help students better understand complex topics. What do you think about this argument?
Okay, well, I think that argument should be voided because first off, um, an assignment is there for a reason. Students should be able to complete an assignment without using tools like ChatGPT to simplify it for them because it prepares them for the real world. Teachers know what they're doing and school districts also know what to put in their curriculum. So if students can't even reach that standard, then they're not going to be prepared for the real world and they're losing a lot of critical thinking skills that they're going to need in the future.
Okay. Thank you, Aditi. To read more of Aditi's work, check out the latest issue of The Voice.
Notice the chaos in school mornings and afternoons on Blackout. For our first story, we'll be talking about the traffic situation and how it affects students and staff on campus. To help us further understand the issue, we're joined by Avani. Can you describe what's happening on Blackout and the horseshoe?
Yeah, of course. So lately what's been happening is that parents have been parking their cars on the campus at 2 or 2:30, and that results in a lot of just build-up. It's also illegal for cars to park in the red zone. So it's a chance of a ticket as well. And it's just really bad because, for example, if you are trying to leave the horseshoe or the loop or the drive-through, it's you can't see if there's cars parked in the red zone, so it's just a really bad issue.
What kinds of perspectives did you choose to cover?
So I looked at teachers on campus, I looked at our campus supervisors, I talked to student drivers, student bikers, walkers, or I guess cyclists is the better term, right? I asked some staff who their gate opens into the horseshoe. I asked our student research officer and student resource officer, sorry. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and I talked to Mr. Hicks.
Okay. So what problems does this pose to staff, students, and parents?
So what often happens is that cyclists try to go into the bike lane, but they're blocked by cars, and so they have to swerve into traffic just to get to school safely. And furthermore, cars, they'll just start when they park there, it blocks the visibility for a lot of drivers. And if we're looking at specifically in the morning, the buildup is just so much that it's very unsafe, and cars start dropping their students off no matter what lane they're in. They'll be in the left lane and students will be getting out of the car. And this poses a threat not only to the students, but also to the people driving.
So, Miss Fields, so what solutions were proposed and what did the people you interviewed think of it?
So right now, the city of Fremont has made the blackout intersection a Tier 1 safety priority, and they're planning on installing the green bollards or the green sticks that you see along Paseo Parkway. However, they don't have a strict timeline on it, so it's really hard to get a feel of if that'll happen. And I know that Mr. Hicks told me that they do send out repeated emails and they send out reminders, but there's only so much they can do because the school can't enforce the law.
Thank you. Thank you, Upney. To read more of Upney's work, check out the latest issue of The Voice.
Thank you so much.
For our next story, we'll be talking about one of the biggest events of school so far, Homecoming Week. Joining us is Gatika to tell us about this week. So, what were some of the events featured in Homecoming Week?
So throughout the week, there were morning rallies, the lip sync, class dance, the homecoming football game, and, of course, on Friday, the dance.
Out of these activities, which one stood out the most to you?
This homecoming rally definitely stood out the most because it was a lot of energy for Irvington students to have on school mornings, and I felt like it was the most accessible event of them all.
What were some of the efforts that went into organizing it?
There was a lot of planning and organization involved on behalf of class council, all the ASG members, and various teachers who helped with the planning process, including Mr. Willer.
What was the participants' favorite part about homecoming?
In general, a lot of the participants of lip sync and class dance especially described the bonding experience that went into organizing and planning, and seeing it all come together on the homecoming dance day was really fulfilling for them.
Thank you, Gatika. To check out more of her work, check out the latest issue of The Voice.
The NBA preseason began with excitement and anticipation, starting on October 2nd all the way till October 17th. To learn more, we're joined by Ella. What kinds of teams and events did you try to cover?
Mainly events and teams that were near the Bay Area, where our listeners will be most interested in. So, for example, of the teams we covered, there was the Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, and the Los Angeles Clippers.
What kind of attention did this season get?
Mostly positive attention. The LA Lakers, for example, might be having a good trade-off with Minnesota Timberwolves or to achieve a new star player after their recent trade earlier this year. However, some negative news as well. The LA Clippers had an investigation into a possible behind-the-scenes deal where they tried to supersede the wage limit for one of their star players.
What were the biggest highlights of this season?
A big highlight of this season was, in general, the theorization and the ongoing winning streak that the Golden State Warriors had.
Thank you, Ella. To read more of Ella's work, check out the latest issue of The Voice. Thank you for listening to Newsbox. For more stories, check out ihsvoice.com.